Baila un poquito más, acércate a mi mamá, que vamos a hacerlo una vez más. Ella baila pero no dice nada, su booty lo expresaba con perreíto y con dembow. Saben que ha sido la estrella dándole al reggaetón, ton, ton, ya. Y empieza el flow, esta es la nueva era pero baila todo. Baila una de Maluma y Tego Calderón. La nena está bien puesta pa' cualquier canción, no tabaco y ron. Y empieza el flow, esta es la nueva era pero baila todo. Baila una de Maluma y Tego Calderón. La nena está bien puesta pa' cualquier canción, no tabaco y ron. Baila un poquito más, hacer que vamos a hacer en París, la Julia. Baila un poquito más, acércate a mi mamá, que vamos a hacerlo una vez más. Yeah. El que más ladra come hueso, el que a ti te baila sabe eso. Y nos ponemos bien traviesos, esos son efectos del proceso. Solo con esa mirada hace lo que quiere. Se ve muy educadita, hace sus deberes. Siempre ha sido la envidia de las mujeres, por toda esa belleza y cómo se mueve. Sabes cómo tú me dejas después del party, en ti pensando. Cuando tú te sientes sola como una loca, a mí me llamas. Qué casualidad que pienses en lo mismo que yo estoy pensando. Escondernos en la playa jugando a solas de madrugada. Ella quiere más de lo que vamos a hacer en París, la Julia. Baila un poquito más, acércate a mi mamá, que vamos a hacerlo una vez más. Ella es una Life is funny and sometimes strange. It seldom turns out the way you think. But if you want some good advice, I can offer this small wink. You'll find that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. If you are so lucky as to find someone with whom to spend your every day, that's in itself a journey, a lifetime of endless study. You won't master it anyway. But know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. And maybe bring the flowers on a weekday. Go see an old matinee. Find out what her heart is dreaming of. Make plans for a holiday. You can find your own getaway. A little goes a long way for love. You should know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Love, love, love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Baby, a little goes a long way for love. Yeah, yeah. A little goes a long way for love.
La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa, pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me amas y otro que me olvidé. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa, pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvides. Eras todo lo que yo soñaba, ahora te quiero olvidar y con tiburones ya no sé nada. Por eso ausente voy a estar. No me mereces, no me mereces. Ponle esa trampa otros veces, no es mucho lo que tú ofreces. Ella sabe lo que yo le doy, ella es consciente de lo que pasa. Ya ni me le arrimo, aquí estoy. Siendo estrella, buscado en la NASA. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa, pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide. Quiere conocerme, pero no. Cree que me gusta con sexo en la habitación, pero lo sé todo, como tú los besas. Siempre vienes tarde con el dolor de cabeza. No soy boba, sé lo que haces cuando no estoy yo. Después me dices que te pasa, amor. Pues lo que pasa es que esta es tu canción, si quieres vos. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa, pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, decirlo, logra herirme. Ya la herida es hecha, que aunque sea bella, de ti en mi vida solo quedan huellas. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10.000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvides. Yeah, yeah, Lune, Ricky Baker.
Y ya no sabes lo que pasa.
El primer verso, papi.
Yeah. Lo que manda aquí la clave. Este ritmo guaguanco, esto es lo que existe. Y también está mi chamaco, nadie nos resiste.
Che, no resiste.
Aquí estamos bravos, la chema tan brava. Esta vida es brava, y yo también soy bravo. Por eso lo que repica son los cueros. Aquí lo que suena a fuego. Mueve la abuela el pescadero, hasta lo mueve el aduanero. Norte al sur, lo vemos viendo. La orilla el mar, nos ve sonriendo. Y yo sé lo que tenemos no es para juego y esto divina. Por eso lo que hacemos es gritar, tumbarle con ritmo letales. Saben lo que pasa. Yeah. Mi abuelita ahora tiene masa. Aquí lo que falta el cajón. En esta jungla soy el gran león. Armen las cosas en el malecón. Lo que gozamos es salsa y son. Ya saben lo que repica son los cueros. Tengo la clave, soy el suelo. Esta vida es fuego. Por eso quiero una vida suave, soy sincero. Yeah. Que viva mi gente, que viva la raza. De noche a día aquí se trabaja. Igual la gozamos, bailamos en plaza. Quieto y calidad pura en todas sus casas. Calidad pura en todas sus casas.
What's going on? What's going on?
It's not hard to fool me, no, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah, either way I follow, no need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow.
Do me a favor. In the chat room. Age, city, gender. Let's go.
'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. Nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say.
Love my new toys. My new drone.
I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night.
The Godfather Valet.
No matter what. Yeah.
He'll be flying around behind me. This is the only drone that you can buy. Well, it's not. It's one that's called a mini drone. You don't have to register with the FAA. So when you start seeing these overhead shots out in the, yeah, that's your boy. That's your boy. Yeah. Woo! How we doing tonight, people? If you're anything like me, I love my toys, I love my gadgets, I love my doohickeys. And this is a gadget, it's a toy, and it's a doohickey all in one. The DJI Mavic Mini. Now, why would you need a drone? Because I want to. Why? Because I want to. The same reason I have an automatic slider, the same reason I have all these cameras and lights and all this other kind of stuff, because you keep pushing the level. When you are a high value man, content is a bad word. I'm all right, I'm good is a bad word. Contentedness goes against everything men like myself stand for. Even when we do bad, we do good. So, that's what I wanted to get into tonight. What is a high value man? And do you qualify? What is a high value man and do you qualify? Do you qualify as one or do you qualify for one? Now, before I get into this, I know there are going to be some people who are going to get a little upset tonight. And that's cool. You're entitled to your own opinion. But like I say with anything else, show your work. You can have an opinion, but you better be able to back yours up with that work. Do you qualify for one? Let me go ahead and put in there. Do you qualify for one? Let me go ahead and ask for one. Before we get started, let me go ahead and clear up a few things. One, look, everybody does not have to be a high value man. But this term has been floating around YouTube more and more over the last several years as a delineation for more than just being alpha male. As guys start to kind of classify and rank ourselves, we're always trying to have more precision. And the term high value is used by some to denote more than just money. It's meant to denote more than just money. So, do me a favor. In the chat room, I would love for you guys to, I would love for everybody to write in the chat room what they think high value means or stands for. But I wrote down in the comment section, in the description, one of the things required or necessary to be a high value man is most definitely your money. You cannot be a high value man in the sense where see what I'm talking about when we say high value, I'm talking about what the common, average, everyday person on the street would think of when they say high value. Not these convoluted justifications that a lot of people have made to make themselves be high value. Let's get right to it. When you start overcomplicating stuff, that's somebody who's not there trying to be there. Okay? When the average person, what do I think of this? I think when it comes down to fragrance reviews. Fragrance reviews, when you talk about reviewing fragrance for the fragrance community, it's very involved. Top notes, base notes, top notes, mid notes, base note, the perfumer, where this stuff was sourced, the nose behind it, and this and that. And you it's a 30-minute presentation. Or you can do it for the 95% of people who don't know what any of that stuff is. They just know, I like the way that smells. It gets me compliments. It gets me conversations. Give me that. Like today, I was wearing Baccarat Rouge 540. Hold on. Today, I was wearing Baccarat Rouge 540, and everywhere I went, I had people asking me, "Ooh, what do you smell like?" In Atlanta, that stuff is like catnip. So much so that I rarely wear it. But as we turned into the night, I love my Louis Vuitton fragrances. Louis Vuitton, Ombre Nomade, La Sable Rose, and then the one I'm picking up tomorrow, Nuit de Feu, Fire of the Night, Incense Oud. Yeah, all this is just straight up dope. This is what fragrance, when I review for fragrance lovers, I do it differently than I talk about the average person. And why does that mean something? Well, when you start talking about high value, the average person knows that high value man means money. It starts with money. But that's not all it means. Okay, but let's go ahead and put some parameters on here. In order to be a high value man, in my opinion, you got to at least let's put it in football terms. To get into the playoffs, you can get into the playoffs. You can be a wild card and get into the playoffs, and that gives you an opportunity to play for it all. But it's a harder path to play from a wild card position. But you want to be a team that's it. If you're an NFL team, in order to be high value, you got to be 14-2. See, 10-6 will get you to the playoffs. Sometimes even 9-7. 11-5, 12-4, 13-3. But when you are 14-2, you are almost guaranteed. You're almost guaranteed home field advantage. You definitely gonna get a first round bye, but you almost guaranteed home field advantage. High value men live life with a home field advantage. High value men live life with a home field advantage. Why? Because people at a glance know what a man what money means between men. What kind of money are we talking about? The kind of money we're talking about, the starting line with high value men, the starting line is got to be in the top 15% of earners in the country. And like it or not, that means $100,000 a year. You can call yourself a high value man at 85. That puts you in the top 20%, but that just means you are 13-3 or 12-4. At 13-3 or 12-4, you may get a first round bye, but you can almost guarantee you do not have home field advantage. You're higher than the norm, you're higher than a wild card, but you're not high value. And this is where guys are going to start to feel some kind of way. Non-bragger. You out of your damn mind. High value men brag all the time. You out of your mind. This is not going. Let me just say this. Let me get ahead and start up front. High value men will hurt your feelings. Why? Because they can pay to hurt your feelings. They got enough to where they can risk being rude. So all this non-bragger, humble shit, get the French toast out of here. Your president, even that. We're talking like men today. And this is a problem a lot of women have with high value men because you want high value men to be blue pill beta male simps. And high value men walk out with they walk out with they jock out. That's what high value men do. And they do it because they know you know, and you ain't gonna say nothing because they can go on to the next one. So pack up, little ladies, because this ain't what Ebony Essence Cosmopolitan then told you about us. This is why you ain't got one. They got to be in the top 15% of earners. That means $100,000. And hold on. That's just to scratch the surface. See, high value men will hurt your feelings. They use their locations, resources, and means to keep you away from them. And they don't care what other people think because they got you money. High value men got FU money, FU resources, FU life. That's what it means to be a high value man. They can say what they want, move how they want, and you can't do nothing to them because they've made themselves high value. Money is the starting point. $100,000 a year is just the starting point. But see, here's where a lot of guys get it twisted. Money just gets you there. You have to have done it for a little while. See, anybody can have a breakout year. Anybody can can be Jeremy Lin. Anybody can get hot. But see, a high value man, you got to have at least 5 years in it. You got to make 100,000 at least 5 years, back to back to back to back. Not 100,000. Then I went down to 82, 81. I jumped up to 110. Then no, 100,000 and up. No off years, baby. Consistency. So it is damn near impossible to be high value in early 20s. You don't have the money and you don't have the time. You may be projected to be high value, but projections don't pay bills. You can be projected to go number one in the draft, but it matters what you do when you get there. We don't judge high value on combine numbers. We judge it on your stats. 5 years, baby. 5 years in the game. So you got to have the money, and then you have to have a history. But here's another thing. Here's what's going to really hurt. Before I say this, we got to get these likes up, man. We got 1,200 people in here, ladies and gentlemen, and we got to get the likes up because, ladies, you need to ask yourself, do you qualify for one of my boys? One of the guys that's either a Blake Henry or a Blue Henry or a Hit Squad. See, they're either there or they're on their way there. And whether they are there or on their way there, they're in our club. See, you don't get to judge, ladies. We do. Men get to judge. Let's say you got a Hit Squad member and they got 2 years of 100,000. We may decide to grandfather him on in the club because we look at other things. We get the chance to look at his history, his work, his background, his references, the cut of his jib and say, he's one of us. And then once we decide he's one of us, you get a chance to be around us. Oh, it's about to get real up in here today. It's about to get really real because, see, you may be the prize, but the high value men are the freaking catch. Ladies' Day may get you in the club, but we pay the bills. And owners know who butters the damn bread. It's us. It's them. So this is why high value men often hurt your feelings because you're used to these guys who are not high value, who got to negotiate with you. High value men ain't got to negotiate with you. High value men's time is worth more than anything you think you got. Oh, we about to go in. We got to get these likes up, man. We got to get these likes up. Yeah, Maxine. Oh, get on here, big head Maxine. Maxine Bingham. You know, anytime I see a woman coming in with a question marks, what? Yeah, you ain't shit to us. If this bothers you, Maxine, you better go on over there and get you one of them 50-50 dudes. If this too much for you, Maxine, uh, put your husband on. But I want to see his W-2s. Then I want to see who he hangs with. Then I want to see his track record. Income gets you there. But you have to have consistency. Then you have to have work, because not only does your money, see, you can have the money, but here's another thing. To be a high value man, where your money comes from counts. Where a lot of stuff comes from counts. Inside. Oh, it's about to get tight. See, when you're high value, everything counts. You graduated from high school. You graduated with a 4.0, but you went to community college. Your degree is not worth as much as somebody that went to a high-powered state school. And their degree is not worth as much as somebody that went to the Ivies. You can all have degrees in marketing or history or accounting or whatever. But community college, state, and Ivies all are different. Where matters. You making your money, but you can be making your money, but if it's not money the way that the group says, your money don't matter. Are you making money? What the first thing when you in the club, how you make your money? What do you do for a living? Your profession matters. Oh, get upset all you want to. Get upset all you want to. Let your jaws get tight. But you cannot get into the petroleum club if they cannot verify how you make your money. Under the table, some of this shaky stuff, it's not high value. High value is right there in public so everybody can see. It can be vetted, because high value is verifiable at a glance. So it's money, how you make your money, how long you've made it, where it comes from. It also has a lot to do with your network. The people with whom you associate with. It is damn near impossible to be a high value loner. See, I know a lot. It's going to get a lot of downvotes from guys. I know it because there's so many guys out there who call themselves high value. But if you're useful, you're going to be used by the group. See, I had a caller the other day trying to pull this stuff too, and I actually peeled back the onion and showed that you ain't what you say you are. And that's cool, but stop calling yourself that, because we all know what high value means, and you call yourself something that you're not. See, when a woman calls herself a 9 and she's a 4, you'll call that out. Well, stop calling yourself high value when you ain't. And see, ladies, understand something. This is how men look at this stuff, at least guys over here. Now, I'm going to tell you, here's what I'll say. Maybe there's a group of men out there who have a different standard on high value. And maybe in another side of the world, high value is put together in a completely different way. Good. I'm not going to speak to it. What I'm going to speak to is the everyday corporate, what we know to be true, that does not need any explanation or, yeah, but I don't like it that way. I think it should be that way. No, that's not what I'm talking about. All right. Your network matters. It's damn near impossible to be a high value loner. I don't know any real high value loners. I don't know any very rich loners either. So you can call yourself high value and call yourself a loner. Okay. It doesn't matter. If no one can benefit from you, you're not high value. See, high value is judged by your usefulness to the group. If you're of no use to anybody but yourself, you're not of high value. And it's cross-racial. Why is it cross-racial? Because it's useful. You're black, but you're not black. What does that mean? Hell, you're useful. You're profitable. You're not like, hi, I can use you to make some money, and I can be used, and I can get something from you. It's cross-racial. With men and with women. I've never dated a black guy before. I usually don't date black guys. See, when you're high value, that stuff, you just laugh at it. You know what? I never thought I would date a black guy. I never thought I would have as a high value man, if you had a nickel for every time you heard something like that, you'd have a whole lot of nickels. High value loner is an oxymoron. Christopher, you know how many dudes is cussing me out right now while they sitting over in the house by themselves? That's some bullshit, man. I makes my paper. I make my money. My money's straight. I got a big house and a big car, and I got a boat and a yacht. And yeah, but there can't nobody stand to be around you for any length of time. Well, that's because I like it that way, man. Oh, okay. High value implies usefulness to the group. Oh, see, I just laid it out, ladies. High value. Now, see, again, that's over here. Anyone else can go make whatever classification for high value they want. But CIA men, see, let me also understand. CIA, confident, intelligent, and assertive. That's what men need to become. That's what men should be to be the best version of themselves. But in order to be high value, you have to be at least CIA second level. See, CIA is confident, intelligent, assertive. To become the best version of yourself, to live your best life. Confident, intelligent, and assertive. But just because you're a CIA first level does not automatically make you high value. Being high value requires a lot of gosh darn work. It is rare. It is you got to be a top 15% earner plus all that other stuff. You got to be 14 and 2, and you got to have 14 and 2, and you got to be 14 and 2 for 5 years in a row. You got to be the Brady Patriots. You got to be the Aikman Cowboys. You got to be the Young and Montana 49ers. That's what makes you high value. Not just the 85 Bears, my favorite team, the Bears. They're not a high value team. One season does not make you high value. It's the Jordan Bulls. You know, the Rockets were in there for 2 years, but who's going to say the Rockets were a high value team? They did it 2 years in a row when Jordan wasn't there. Phoenix Suns with Barkley, they were good, but they never brought it home. High value is at a glance. Do you have to be the Super Bowl champions? No, you don't. But you got to at least be the conference champions several years. All right. So now we're going to line them up. That's what it means. Let's check out this room. Because see, a lot of times ladies say you want these men, you want a high value man, you want to be a stay-at-home wife. Oh yeah, but do you qualify for one of these men? I asked a lady a question the other day. Do you qualify for the kind of man you say you want? You know what it takes to make yourself a man like that and separate yourself and be consistent and continue to push and grow? It takes more than a notion. So I gotta ask you ladies, do you qualify for one? See, I just defined who these men are and what these men are. They are competitive. To be a high value man, you must be competitive. If you're not competitive, you are not high value. You may earn a lot of money, but if you're not competitive, you're not high value. You may be a high earner. You can be a high earner in a research lab somewhere. That does not make you high value. You must be competitive. A competitive drive. You must be intriguing. Meaning that even the people who don't like you always keeping tabs on you. They gotta want to know what you're doing. High value men have hate watchers because they're competitive. There's something about them. Ooh, I can't stand it when he's this way. I can't stand it when he's that way. Look at alpha male strategies. How many people I hate his view, but then people still watching, women watching. I watch high value men, and I hear women talk about how much they hate him, but then they can tell you every damn video he made and everything he said because he's high value and they know it. He is competitive. You got to be competitive. You got to be intriguing. You got to be intriguing, and you must be aggressive. Now, aggressive does not mean violent. Aggression. But if you're not intelligent, you won't know how to use your aggression. So you got a lot of dudes who are aggressive, but they're not even CIE first level. They get undone by the lack of intelligence. See, confident, intelligent, and assertive, first level. But to be competitive, intriguing, and aggressive, you got to be able to leave an engagement better than you went into it. You're long term. Let's CIA second level. Let's get into it. And aggressive does not mean loud barking, screaming, and cussing. No. Aggressive has everything to do with decisive, passionate action. You don't have to be the loudest one. You just have to, either you have a sword or you have a pen. And oftentimes, older men can do far more with a pen than they did with a sword. So, when you have men like this, where are they? They are concentrated in places of power. They're usually in international cities where companies are headquartered. Or even if they're in middle America someplace, they are in the center or locus of power, and they usually have some sort of bunker or ranch or something outside. They're in the center of power for the commerce, and if they have a home there and somewhere out here, they can get away from it. The White House in Camp David, you think that's an accident? We've already talked about how much they make. But here's the thing. What do these men want? What do high value men want? Somebody want to tell me? What do high value men want? What do high value men want? They want power. They want power. They may have a little power. They want more power. They want power. They want control. They want power and control because they want to exert their will and bend their whatever they control to their way. And this is why so many of you women will never have one, because you want a partner, and you cannot partner with a high value man. You will bend to his will, or he will find someone that will. You will bend to his will like everything else under his purview, or he will find someone that will. There is no negotiating with a high value man. That's why Rebecca Lynn Pope told you right out the front, men are like women. They will hurt your feelings because they don't have time to sit here and have all these conversations and peel back the onion. No. I say you do. Gain 5 pounds, no sex. I can't tell you how many times I've watched interactions, whether interactions with the law or something like that, and you'll have a man here and an officer or someone here, and then you'll have a woman start talking. Oh, well, let's say officers asking you for your ID. I don't have to give you my ID. If you don't give me your ID, you're gonna go to jail. Blah blah blah. Just give me your ID. That's what a high value man wants to do. You do not ever step in between two men in confrontation. I have seen this so many times in my life to where there will be a heated conversation over the golf course and the banquet, something. And next thing you know, those two are just no longer together. Women with high value men, you ready for this? They know their place, and it's never to try to show up your man. And this is the problem a lot of black women have with high value black men. Have you ever wondered why so many high value black men marry out? It's not because of the physical look of a lot of black women. It has more to do with these things. I've done the show, She's This Way, but She Doesn't Want to Be This Way. When you become a high value man, you're not going to wait for women to catch up. You're going to pick from the ones that are available and you're going to keep on moving. So, ladies, if you are a black woman and you want a black high value man, of which there are, I had one of my coaching clients do an assignment to see how many I wanted him to just understand how many black men have been or are out there that the media doesn't publish. You can't in one breath say that they don't exist and then get upset when they marry somebody else. The question is, do you have the temperament to play second fiddle, to be the helpmeet? There's no Jay-Z and Beyonce, this power couple stuff. No. Michelle Obama took too much time. She should have played Laura Bush or Nancy Reagan. What's she out here doing push-ups on Ellen Ford? Out of here, man. Have you seen Trump's wife do anything other than stand like, I'm not going to even breathe because I've got a good deal? That's the question. Do you qualify for one? Where are they and what do they want? They want power. They want control. What do they want from women? Cooperation. What do they want from their women? They want more than anything else cooperation. Submission is mandatory. Cooperation is what's required. Let's get into it. And see, I've heard when I did this show a couple of weeks ago, I've heard black women talk about these men are violent and they'll beat you. And who was that lady that came in here with all that bull crap and I called her out on it? High value men are violent and they're abusive and they're down low. You know, just all this bull crap. And what it came right down to is she's the kind of woman I'm talking about. Could never, ever get on this man's side. Could never do it. Not willing to do what it takes. So if these men exist, why are you not getting them? Why? What was the guy's name that gave all the money to Morehouse? Was it Robert Smith? First wife was a sister. Why did he not get another one? I don't know. I really don't know, but the question has to be asked. Why? You say you want these men. You want to be the stay-at-home wife, live the suburban lifestyle, and you don't want to have to work to pay significant bills and all that stuff, and that's fine, that's cool. But are you ready for these men? Do you know what it takes to be a man in this world? What it takes to be a man on this level? And they are not going to do everything they got to do out here to be competitive in the world, to take a back seat to you, to put on some panties when they come home to negotiate with you. Well, he can go out there and be the CEO of this or that or whatever, but when he comes home, he has to change the diapers and take out the trash. See, far too many women who are raised in this left-leaning world have found joy and pride in emasculating men. He can go out there and be the CEO, but when he comes home, he still has to cut the yard. Ha 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 ha. See, those women don't have high value men. And I would tell you, truly high value men, they do not put up with this stuff. They would rather be alone. They would rather be alone. Truly high value men would rather be alone or than deal with chaos. They have little time. They have very little time. And in their personal lives, they're not going to deal with a bunch of foolishness. I don't want to. Okay, understand something. If you're a guy calling in here, yeah, let me see. I'm not. I'll take the guys. I'll see who's calling. But I'm going to be. Oh, what are you? Hello. I mean, unmute yourself.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me, Kevin?
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right. How much do you make a year?
I make $84K.
Okay. What do you got for me?
Yeah. So with it, I'm trying to be a high value man, but I have issues to whereby take care of my mom. She's sick. She had a stroke,
Okay.
and
Okay.
and my two sisters, they were living somewhere else. They came back to live with us, and we bought a house together. But it's kind of like I feel
You're
like
not
my
going to be
life's
a high value man.
Yeah.
Where's your
So
father? Where's your father?
He passed away.
I'm sorry to
He
hear
passed
that.
away while I was taking
How
care
old
of
is your
them.
sister?
38 and 36.
Leave them on the street.
Okay. Okay.
What woman would want you?
None. And I've said that to them, but they
All
think
right.
I'm crazy.
Well, why are you talking to them?
I thought I could reason with them and tell them
Are
what's
you
going
serious?
on.
Why? You're beta. They're gonna take. No, brother. You know this is wrong. That's why you needed somebody to tell you straight. No. You made them feel guilty and to take care of them. You might as well be Cinderella.
Mm.
But Cinderella was a batch. You're a dude.
Mm.
This is why I say therapy number one.
Mm.
Because whatever's going on with you to make you feel like you got to take care of them, but no woman's going to want this. And then that's number one. Number two, still $100,000 is where we got to get to be entered in here. But I'm curious, why do you want to be high value?
It was just always in me. But I had some setbacks in my life to where I couldn't work or do other things, so that held me back. But I've always craved
when you say it was always in you, what does that mean?
Like I always craved having power, being in control. When I'm in a group, I always want to be the leader, take charge, organize things. 29.
All right. I don't hear that in you, man. What I hear is more, it's aspirational. You like to be a powerful man because you see you have so little power in your life. But I can't allow men to live in fantasy more than I allow women to live in fantasy, much less a black man. Being high value is not, it's not a must be. you don't have to be in order to be worth something. But high value is a completely different calling. That's why it comes with all the bells and whistles that so many guys want. But you, like you said, you're taking care of your mother and then 2 grown goddamn women at 29 years old. Hell.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell, no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, 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 no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no.
Best thing I can offer you, man, is you would probably do well to get a one-on-one session because I don't want to do this in public.
Okay.
But there's some, especially with the father not being there, you sound like you're looking for some guidance, and I don't want to do this here.
I understand.
Okay, thank you. All right. A lot of us, look here, man, a lot of black men have been made to feel extremely guilty by not taking care of our mothers and our female and our sisters. Funk that. Leave their butts on the street. Not your mama, but darn sure your sisters. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Your sisters for sure. Hello.
Hello?
Oh, where are all these dudes? Where are all the women? Where are all the women? I'm going to try to balance this out. I got a lot of guys in here. I'm going to try to balance it out with men to women. I see toenail polish. Hello? Girl, you in the bathroom? Well, I don't want to know no poor guy. You can't do that. See, what you have to do with men is you don't pity them. Men need to be kind of jolted into reality. Hello? Amina?
Oh.
All right. So, if you're a guy, how do you call in? You call in by clicking the link here. Here's what you need to do. Join the show by joining here. You make sure you have only the Zoom call on. If I hear YouTube in the background, or if I see you looking in the comment section, I'm going to end the call. And you need to preferably have on a headset. If you're on a mobile device, because being on Bluetooth or speakerphone, there's a delay. Yeah. See, like I said, I didn't want to do that brother's call right there because there's some things that. Okay. Let me get on. Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm well. Your first name?
Elijah.
Say again, Elijah?
Yeah. Olijoh. Elijah.
How old are you?
I'm 32 in 2 days.
How much do you make a year?
Right now I make 55.
Why are you on my phone?
I was trying to call, and I was in a reasonable situation like the guy before. I was helping my sister out and then forgot to finish college and so forth. But
how many hours a week are you working?
45.
Why are you not working 60 hours a week as a 32-year-old man?
Well, I'm still with school. I just re-enrolled.
The world does not owe you. The world does not owe you understanding.
I know.
People come into this country who work 60 hours and still go to school.
Well,
what are you going to school for?
Well. Applied mathematics. I'm working on becoming an actuary.
Okay, and then how much are you going to be making as an actuary?
Well, they start off at around 90, and then
so you're not going to be a high value man, and that's not a problem.
They start off at 90, but they have an exam process. So as you pass more exams, they go up to about 250.
Right,
so.
But 32. You're 10 years behind a college student.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so what is it about high value lifestyle that you want?
Well, I'm a man of confidence. I always go.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
How do you know that?
Brother, I read men for a living, and I've been doing this for 10 years. You're not a man of confidence.
All right.
You can't even look. Your eyes are. I'm reading your eye motions as we talk. You're all over
sorry.
the place.
I forgot them on camera. Sorry.
But that's the point. See, neuro-linguistic programming tells me that when I'm looking at you and you're all over the place, see, I'm not just a suit. I am good at what I do.
All right.
High value man. What is it you want from high value lifestyle?
Well, I work on building and investing on things, so that's the lifestyle I have.
What is it that you want from a high value lifestyle?
Well, I like the power and I like the connections and networking.
How beautiful is your girlfriend?
Well, I don't have a girlfriend right now.
When was the last time you had a girlfriend?
January, I broke up with her.
How long were you together?
About 6 months.
And on a scale from 1 to 10, can't use 7, where was she in the face?
She was a 6. I would say 6 because she had a kid.
All right. Again, high value men don't deal with 6s.
Yeah.
So you want high value. You want the trappings and the icing that comes with it, but you don't have the cake, brother, and that's cool.
All right.
Don't torture yourself with something that you know you're not going to be. Be average. Be normal. That's cool. But don't torture yourself with something that you're gonna be unhappy with the rest of the life you have, thinking it's not good enough. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
See, that's why I wanted to get this out here. This whole, guys, you don't have to live a high value lifestyle. It's a lot of pressure. I have guys ask me, why you wear a suit all the time? And do you know what it means to be? Anyway. You need a chart? You need a flow chart for this stuff? No, you don't. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Your first name is?
My name is KG.
KG, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. Why do you want a high value man?
Well, I've been listening to your show for the past week, just about, and honestly, I'm really connecting with just wanting that security. I think I've always been wanting that.
How tall are you?
About 5'7".
What size do you weigh?
2.
Just size 2, and how much do you weigh?
About like 125, fluctuate a little bit.
All right. And if you had to rank yourself on the scale from 0 to 10, 1 to 10, you can't use 7, what would you be in the face?
In the face, I would say a 9.
Then why aren't you on my camera right now?
Honestly, it's pretty late.
I don't
so
care.
for me.
You see the title, you had plenty of time. Cam up. If you're a 9 and you're 21 and you're resonating, I didn't ask you to twerk on camera.
You're right, sir, but I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's one of those not presentable necessarily for the camera.
Okay.
I wouldn't go out of the house.
All right. This. So do you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't.
What's the longest relationship you ever had?
Longest was about a year and a half.
A year and a half?
That was a while ago. That was quite a while ago.
What, you're only 21 years old.
Well, I go to a school that's pretty small. It's really the size of a high school, you would say.
Were you raised with your father in the household?
Yes, I was. I was raised by my father.
All right. But if you dated somebody for a year and a half at 21, the math is kind of off.
It was not at 21. It was more like, that was high school, to be honest.
Okay. Right. So my question is, why are you, if you're as beautiful as you say, you should have men banging down your door. I don't care if you're in Antarctica.
I would say I definitely have suitors. I'm not lacking in suitors necessarily, but they aren't.
So where do they find you? How do you meet these guys?
Mostly at school. These are mostly on campus people. So
where do you go? Are you in the States?
Yes, I am.
What school? What state? City are you in?
I'm from Nashville, but I go to school in Hartford, Connecticut.
All right. Do you have Instagram?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, then your picture should be available on Instagram.
Yes, they are.
What's your Instagram?
Can I put it in the chat?
Yeah, I won't show it. You can chat it to me. There we go. So, does your dad actively involved in helping you pick through guys and things like that?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. He's
I'm always
pretty
curious. I'm
pretty
curious as
busy.
to why. If he raised you, why would he not be kind of involved in this?
Um, well, I mean, to be honest, it's kind of difficult from his position because I mean, he lives in Tennessee. I go to school, 1,000 plus miles away, and I have for a while because I went
Right.
to boarding school as well. So,
Okay. Well, do you want to be a stay-at-home wife?
yes, I would like to.
All right. Well, I will tell you this. Looking through your IG, I would take a few of these pictures off of here that have your buttocks exposed in a bikini. Bikinis are cool, but not with your butt exposed. Um, Call back into the show when you're ready to get on the camera, because I'm going to do another show on high value. And at your age, I have more questions I'd like to ask, but this is probably not the show for them. So later on this
Okay.
week, okay?
Fair.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. All right. So what do we got going on in here? Jesus, all you guys are calling in. Okay, let's do it. Y'all crazy. Man. Yes, Ricky. Ricky, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, dude. Unmute yourself. Uh, hello.
Hey, you can hear me now, right?
Yeah, how old are you?
Awesome, perfect, good. Hey,
How old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
How much money do you make a year?
I make 75,000 Canadian.
And that translates to what US?
I think it was around 55, 56.
Okay, so why do you want to be a high value man?
Honestly, just accomplishment. That's it.
Accomplishments?
Yeah, it's like you get a sense of pride, right? Anytime you get like a difficult accomplishment type of thing, right? Like
Well,
doing
there's a lot
stuff
of
that's
accomplishments that are made that does not require you to be a high value man. Did you hear
yeah.
everything that I kind of ran down? The list of things that's kind of required to be a high value guy?
I tuned in a little bit towards the end. So there was another webinar I was on.
All right. So you said you're in college. You make how much a year? 60, 75?
75 Canadians, 55,000 US.
So how hot is your girlfriend?
6.
All right. And how long before you crack 100,000?
Probably 2 years, 3 years max.
Okay, then why are you dealing with a 6?
I honestly wouldn't call her a girlfriend, just a booty call.
High value men have confidence, dude, and I'm not hearing a lot of confidence from you. I don't, and again, a high value is not something that you have to be happy.
Yeah, no.
Do you get that?
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Okay. So your reason for calling was what?
One of the things that I actually wanted to call you was because I saw you on the show called The Six by Donovan Sharp. Yeah. One of the guys who I work with.
But was it off this show though? Do you have a topic question on this show? Because I got a
yes. My question to you was, for a guy who wants to become a high value guy, what sort of advice could you give him who was in his early 20s?
All right. First of all, my first question is, why do you want to be that? You got to tell me why you want to be that.
Me personally, it's just having a huge success track record behind me. That's
you could be okay. Was Einstein a high value man?
I would say yes.
No, he wasn't. No, but he was very successful. Most guys want high value because of the social lifestyle that comes with it. Do you want to you want to have a beautiful wife?
Yeah.
That's why I say, why don't you just be honest and tell the truth? All this track record of success. You want a pretty woman on your arm, and you want money, and you want this lifestyle. Okay. Brother, I'm going to tell you, you can be happy without all that. You don't need this contrived lifestyle. Average and normal is okay. We've made it to where that's bad. But you're young, man. You're 23. You can't start thinking about this for another 7 years. All right, thank you. Let me say this again, man. I do not, you young guys, I hear everyone telling you high value, high value, high value. You're talking to men, you're looking at men who are in their 30s and 40s and 50. If you saw us in our 20s, we're like you. Well, not really. But you know what I mean. Um, but I would say in general for young guys, let me tell you this. Einstein was not high value. No, he was not in this conversation. See, a lot of you guys confuse your academic achievements with being high value. Shout out to Xanatos Clutch. A lot of you guys confuse being really intelligent with being high value. Einstein didn't get bitches. No one hung out with Einstein because he was the life of the party. No one said, let's go to Einstein's house to kick it. Are you out of your freaking mind? Where are all the ladies though? Because I really want to hear from the ladies. If you guys are young guys, and you asking questions, let's see. Yeah, I got like all these guys in here. Hello. What I'm hearing from a lot of you young guys is you need the first level, CIA. You lack confidence. The the three guys I just spoke to, none of them had even what I would consider a base level confidence. Dungeons and Dragons, in order to master to develop a character class, 18 is the highest you can roll. But just to become proficient in an area, you need about a 12. A lot of these guys got like a 9 on confidence. We need more confidence, and that comes one-on-one. Hello.
Hi, Kevin. I'm just calling in about what you said earlier
What's
about
your
high
first name?
value.
What's your first name before we get into it?
Seda.
Seda, how are you, Seda?
Good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
24.
What do you got? And what did I say earlier that you wanted to ask about?
I just wanted to agree about high value men being uncompromising. My boyfriend is 35. He makes about $300,000 a year, and he's I'm not my personality type. I wasn't raised to have an attitude and to argue with a man. Like, I don't want to be a man. I'm a woman. So if I want something and we talk about it and he says no, and that's not going to happen, that's the final answer.
There you go.
I try to tell my friends that, like, because they'll be like, Seda, I don't know why you always have people that want to be with you. And it's like, because I'm not trying to
You mean your
be a
female
man.
friends?
Huh?
You
Yeah,
mean
female
female? Do they smile as much as you do?
no.
Oh, there you go. That's your picture right there in the car, right?
Yes.
There you go. They don't smile. Have them come over to the show, pour them a glass of wine, give them a Xanax, and let the Godfather go to work.
Will do. Thank.
You'd be amazed, ladies, at how far a smile and a good faith attitude will go. She has a boyfriend, she says 35, making 300 some odd thousand. I saw the picture. I see the smile. I believe it. All right. Here's what I got. I got 9. Jesus, all these guys in the chat room. What's going on with all you guys? Okay, we're gonna get to you guys. We got cycle through all these. What's going on? Hello? Hello? Camille. All right. So before we get into this, as we're going to get on to the backside, as we get into the backside, let's do what we gotta do. I forgot to take this little thing. We're gonna yeah, that's crazy, right? Yeah, we got more calls lined up, guys. Got more calls lined up. I know y'all want to get in. Tell me how wrong I am. I don't know shit. You know, it ain't like that. These broads ain't worth nothing. I get it. But until then,
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
make it rain them likes. Make it rain them likes.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
Make it rain them likes. Make it rain them likes.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llega.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma.
Get 'em up.
Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón. De corazón. No te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
I love my song, man.
Money work.
Hey.
Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
You. Luna. That's right, baby. Money World. Make it rain up in here. Woo! Gotta make a little potty up in this mug. All right, let's see what we got on. Toy SBN, Tremaine Berry. Where is that lady at? All right. I'll get to you guys. Luna, you need to connect your mic. She's gone. All right. Let's go. Mm-mm. 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 Money. All right, you're not ready. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. Turn off the YouTube channel and get ready. 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. How are you?
First name.
Malcolm.
Malcolm, how old are you?
I am 25.
25. How much do you make a year, Malcolm?
This year I'll clear about 220.
Okay. What do you do?
I work in tech, specifically finance.
All right. And why do you want to be a high value man?
Truthfully, I want to emulate the men that I've had in my family. You know, My grandfather's one was the head of his own law firm. The other was head of his own accounting firm. My father's a director at a pretty large pharmaceutical company.
All
My
right.
brother's.
How hot is your girlfriend?
I'm single at the moment, actually.
Why?
So that's actually why I wanted to get on. Lately, I've prioritized my career to the point that I broke up with the girl that I was dating. I would have rated her about an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
An LA 8 or an Iowa 8?
SF 8, I would say.
A San Francisco 8? Chicks in San Francisco are pretty to me.
Yeah, they're.
That's one of the reasons I didn't move to San Francisco.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So let's get right down to it. Have you ever had a hot chick?
Yes.
All right. Why? Okay, so if you're 25 making all this more, so you're making 25 or 2 something in San Francisco, still a good amount of money, even though the cost of living is so high. What's the next step for you?
I'm actually going to move back to Florida soon. I'll be keeping the same salary, but due to the COVID shutdown, the office.
So where are we getting on the fact of your network and that kind of stuff? Because if you have the money, put money stuff together. What about the network? What about the friends?
My network is in Miami and New York, which is why I'm moving back to the East Coast.
Well, then there you go. Because if you got people on the East Coast, you got a friends and network, then when you looking to head out?
I'll be moving at the end of the month.
Well, then there you go. Call me back.
Yep.
I mean, because if you already got the money, are you already starting to get on the LinkedIn's there, the Bumbles there, the Tinders there? Are you starting to cast out the net to let people know you're landing back in town, that the man's coming back to town?
I have not.
Well, then that's what you need to do.
I haven't been.
You got the money part taken care of. You have to go after your network. The soft skills is more important than the hard skills. You should know that. Sound like you come from men who are accomplished, but you know what? The most accomplished, smartest men don't run the country, the world. The men who have the biggest networks and the most powerful collect favors and secrets. That's what powerful men do. Book your one-on-one session. We can talk later.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Let me say that again. If you have the hard skills, that's good. It's the soft skills that make the difference between here and high value. It's the soft skills. Powerful men collect 2 things: favors and secrets. And the only way you're gonna get around to get anybody to give somebody to give you a secret, they gotta like you. People don't tell secrets to strangers. Book your one-on-one session for that one. There you go. Hello.
Hello, Kevin.
Hi.
Hello, Kevin. It's Joy again. How are you?
Oh, you called in yesterday, right?
I did. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Last night I called in just as the show was ending, and I didn't want to be rude by asking a long question.
Go ahead.
So if you have a moment, I would love to ask my question, but I do want to preface with it is off topic.
Well, we can try it. Depends on how far off topic it is. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, for me, I am getting married soon, and I don't know if it's just normal cold fate or whether it's due to me being in the States currently. And I've noticed like a lot of people here speak of divorce, and so I wanted to get your opinion as a dating coach, as a person who's been married before. Why do you think there's so many why do you think there's so many high divorce rates? At least here, that's what I've noticed.
Well, I'm not a dating coach, but I will say this: are you in the States?
Currently, yes.
One of the biggest reasons we have such a high divorce rate is why people get married. I'll tell you, for me, more often people get married but don't want to be husbands or wives. See, what comes after the wedding and the pictures and the cake, and after the year, the honeymoon phase, comes the work and dealing with each other. Number one, not a good accurate representation of what a marriage is. Probably not even number one. Number one is you need to be around other married couples and a community and a support system. See, the reason marriage used to work back in the day is because there was religion, there were traditions. People had to submit themselves to a higher power, and then a societal norm to where if they divorced or left, they would have to deal with the ramifications of their religious feelings, and then societal shame, right?
Right.
Now people can divorce and just say irreconcilable differences, and no one even questions it anymore.
Right.
Well, it's too easy. So, how much older is your fiance? How much older is your fiance than you?
So he's 5 years older than me.
And his family is from where?
So he's African, just like me.
Okay. So what I would suggest doing is staying close to a society, a group, a community that cherishes marriage. I'm going to do an entire show on this, and I have somebody from another channel that's going to come in and talk about this. But this is a big reason why so many things fall apart. Now, the second part, once you do get married, all your single friends, they really don't serve much purpose in a marital life. Don't share your problems with them. Don't share your issues with them. Being single and married are two different things. You need support more than anything else. That's what I'm trying to hammer home. Support. Because marriage is work.
Right.
It really is. But we talk about the high divorce rate, right? 50 some odd percent, right?
Right.
But we also don't mention the 40+% that stay.
Right.
So you want to hang out with the percentage of people that are pro for what you want. Okay. But I'm going to have a show on that one later on this week. Call back on that one. Okay, Joy?
I would love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay,
I
bye-bye.
appreciate it.
No
Bye.
problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man. It's not that people know how to do this. We just, anyway. All right. I'm going from the bottom up. Hey, if you keep typing in caps, it's going to time you out. See, if you got to think about it, if 15% of men make enough money to be considered high value, does that mean 85% of men are trash? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. See, and that's one of the messages I kind of wanted to get across, that if you're not quote unquote high value, that does not mean your life is not worth living. Let me see if I can let some more people in. The Mimi, you're not getting on, so we're going to. 15% of men make enough money. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Mimi?
Yes?
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Your name is Mimi?
I go by Mimi, but my first name is Michelle.
Okay, Michelle. How old are you?
I'm 34.
What do you got for me?
Okay.
Why do you want a high value man?
I didn't even know I wanted a high value man until I discovered your videos a couple of days ago.
Uh-oh. You just thought he was just regular?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's part of the issue, but let's talk. Go ahead.
I don't even know where to start.
Well,
I'm 34.
Uh-huh.
I'm go out by the videos that I've heard before. I'm 145 pounds.
Okay.
I'm a 10 in the hips, but I'm like a 6'7" in the chest area.
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
5'2" and 145 pounds. Yeah. So,
yes.
Any children?
None.
Okay. And if you had to rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, face only. And you can't use 7.
Oh, I'm not gonna use a 7. I'm an 8, baby. 8, 9, depending on if I have makeup on or not.
All right, cam up.
Well, I can't cam up right now.
IG.
Okay. Well, I don't have an IG. I have my Facebook.
Okay. Well, just put your Facebook in a private chat to me. So, you want to get married?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I'm curious.
Chat.
Okay, I can get it in a minute. Yeah, it just says private chat, like to chat with me. Why do you want to get married?
Tell the truth, I don't feel like working anymore.
You don't feel like working anymore?
I don't want to work anymore. I'm over it.
Hello. So okay, I just sent you a hello message in the chat. So respond to that.
Thank you.
So you don't want to work anymore. Okay. At least you're honest.
Yes.
So
and I don't know why I'm so nervous being on this phone with you. Like,
well, okay, you don't want to work anymore. What did you do? What do you do right now?
I am a level 3 accountant manager with the oil and gas company in Houston.
Okay. And you want to, so do you want to not work ever or just not corporate?
Not corporate. I don't mind having like my own little at-home business doing auditing and stuff
How
like
many
that.
children do you want to have?
As many as I can.
Come on now. Give me a number.
4, 5, 6. I want a really big family.
Are you from Louisiana?
I'm from New Orleans.
Is that close to Laplace?
Close enough.
Just trying to see if this is you.
That's me.
I'm just trying to see if this is you. Is that you from Laplace?
Yes, that's me.
All right.
And it says I was born in Germany.
Huh?
It says I was born in Germany.
Yeah. So
yes, that's me.
So okay. So at 34, you're a level 3 accountant. You want to have as many children. You didn't give me a number.
I'm gonna say 4 or 5.
4.
4
or 5. We'll go with 4. Yeah. All right. Okay. I gotta ask. Why are you just now deciding this at 34?
Because it was drilled in me to make sure I don't rely on no man.
Say again? I didn't hear that.
From my mother, my aunts, and them, they always drilled in me to not rely on any man to make sure that I can take care of myself.
Okay, I get it. Do me a favor. Yeah. The YouTube channel, you need to close that in the background, all that other stuff, because I'm starting to hear a little background noise. Am I on Bluetooth or speakerphone?
Headset.
Okay. So, it does not surprise me being from the South. You were told, even from such a family-oriented place like New Orleans, to not rely on no man. One of my childhood closest friends, his wife was from there. And until I went around there, I did not understand the culture. I'll just put it that way. Mm-hmm. So what is the longest relationship you've had?
The longest, 4 years, 4.5 years.
Okay.
And that was in my early 20s, like 17 to like 22, 23.
Well, 22, 23. So you ain't had a long-term relationship with a man for like over 10 years.
I've tried, but it seemed like the amount of money I make always gets in the way. They feel like I'm always like I'm like the breadwinner in the situation. So I feel like it does something to them.
Okay.
And I don't.
So, but you want to give that, okay. But you want to not make that amount of money.
Not no more, because I feel like it's just hindering me.
No.
It's either.
No, that's not. Okay. I don't know what the headset is, because it's real treble. Can you try it without the headset?
Okay.
All right. How long have you been in Houston?
3 years.
Okay. And before that, you were in New Orleans?
Yes.
Well, more than anything else that hinders you is New Orleans. Ain't no high value men there.
That's why I moved. And I chose to move to Houston because it's closer to home, but men out here tend to make more money. But then I'm running into guys that they don't want to pursue women, and I'm used to being pursued back home.
Oh, what do you mean they don't want to pursue women?
Like, I was in a grocery store the other day, and I see that this guy's looking at me, and I feel like he wants me to make the move. So I say hello, and he does nothing.
Well, all
right. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe I need to move to another city.
No, because you're just going to get older.
Oh, true.
Because, see, okay. One, you're not at your fighting weight. You know, for your height, 120, 125 is really upper limit. It's dress size 4. You're not that. Number two, you're in your mid-30s, and you have not really had to follow a man's lead for 10 plus years.
True.
So I'm gonna just tell you, a marriage where you don't have to work and no, sis, that's not reality. Because the kind of man you're talking about, to be able to afford 4 children and afford to not have his woman work, how much money do you think that man needs to make in Houston?
At least 450, 500.
And why would he pick you?
Yeah, that's a hard question.
Really?
Why would he pick me?
I don't know.
I don't have no children.
So what? Neither does a 21-year-old.
I understand she's more fertile, and she has plenty of years.
She's more fertile. She's easier to mold. She's easier to deal with. Okay. When do you have a track record of ever listening to a man?
At my job, my father.
Okay. Your job holds your paycheck over it, and your father is different. When do you have a romantic history of ever following a man?
Oh Lord, I don't want to say that.
Well, but see, that's
only in my early 20s. But then, I felt
all right, and that was 10 years ago, man.
Yeah.
So
you know what? I did have another relationship after that. I could have got married, but I just felt like he just wasn't leading in a situation. I'm like,
and how long ago was that?
That was 4 years ago.
And how much was he making?
Oh Lord, he was making. I think he was right at 6. He was like 98.
And how long were you guys together?
2 years.
So now you're confusing me, but I'll take it. You had a 2-year relationship that you ended.
Mm-hmm.
And you ended this 2 years ago?
No, 3 years ago.
So again, if you watch my channel, you sound like another sister who's had a man who was suitable. Due respect, you may put yourself at a 9, ma'am. You're right about a 6. Pam Grier is an 8. Beyonce is right around Pam Grier. She's 8 or 9.
Beyonce was 8 or 9? I thought she was like a 10.
No way is Beyonce anywhere close to a 10.
So who would be a 10?
If you watch my,
I only been watching you today.
Listen. Okay, Pam Grier. I use women from the 70s because so much politics involved nowadays. Pam Grier. If a 7, which I don't use, Thelma from Good Times. But Pam Grier, 8, and she is the size, and she's a dress size 8, by the way, with all them boobs and hips. Pam Grier, Diane Carroll, Jane Kennedy, Dorothy Dandridge, all classically beautiful women. Dorothy Dandridge would have been considered around a 10. Diane Carroll would have been considered a 9. Sis, you are average looking. You're cute, but you are not pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous. You ain't fall out fine.
Okay.
And that's okay. But your standard is up there with a man who's in the top 1%. And when I ask you, why would he want you? You can't even answer that. You want more than you look like. And then the man you said he wasn't leading or whatever. Have you ever considered maybe you're just too difficult to lead?
But I don't get that at work.
Okay. And is your boss, your manager, is it male or female?
Yeah, I am a manager, but I do have to answer to somebody, and I do have subordinates.
Listen. Is the person you answer to, is it a male or female?
A male.
What is his race?
He's Black.
Okay.
And he doesn't understand that why I'm not married.
Oh, sis.
It's just like
all right. Is he married?
Yes, he is.
All right. So you listen to your manager, because your manager has the power of the purse. He can cut your job off.
True.
Even in this conversation, when I start to say things you don't necessarily like, you start over talking and talking loud.
I don't mean to.
But that's the point. That's who you are when the money ain't on the line. Because you don't have to respect no black man. Boom.
No.
You don't have to respect no black man. Only man you got to respect is the man that got your check, or the dude that could whoop you when you were a little girl.
Whoop me.
When you were a little girl, your daddy could whoop you. The only man you got to listen to right now is a black man who he works for a white man's corporation and he can decide to impact your employment. But show me in your romantic life where you've ever had to listen to a black man. And you already said most black men don't make as much or may be intimidated by your money or whatever. So you don't look at black men as even being superior. They're equal or below you at best. But see, I don't roll that way. I make far more than you. And I'm far more successful. And you still talk over me.
I don't mean to.
I'm not, but I'm saying, but I know you don't, sis. But I'm saying this because I need you to understand that that's why so many of our sisters that are in this danger zone area can't figure out why they can't get married. You're in your own way. All right. Have you ever considered have you ever had any therapy?
Yes.
How long ago?
I talked to her like 3 days ago.
How long? Okay. And the clinical therapist that can actually prescribe medication?
No.
Okay.
No, yes, she does. She does. I take that back. She does.
You can't. Okay. And how long you been seeing your therapist?
2.5 years.
And it's a female?
Yes.
Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, other?
White.
White woman.
Mm-hmm.
Any diagnosis of depression, attachment, acceptance, approval issues, anything like that?
I have none. I just go for routine like maintenance every
right. But so what does she tell you when it comes to do y'all talk about relationships?
She says that I need to go ahead and communicate more when it comes down to relationships.
Well, let me go ahead and give you a little personal advice. If you've been with a therapist for 2 years, 2.5 years, and you haven't had any breakthroughs, or you need another therapist.
Probably so.
And then you're also dealing with a white woman. She don't understand black women's problems. You need a man.
Well, you know what? I think that's my best bet. I have to talk to, I guess, a man.
A professional.
Because I had a black woman at first, and she was like, "I don't need no man."
Of course she did. Okay. Of course. And you've heard more truth.
Over with.
Hold on. And you've heard more truth from a guy on YouTube.
Yes.
What that tell you? That there are black men out here with their shit together who actually know something. You just seem to find all the fuck niggas.
I think so.
Well, no, that's not true.
I think so.
No, it's not. No, ma'am. No, it's not. Because there are women who find men in Houston every day. The only common denominator in all your situations is you. You're not the victim.
I'm not trying to be the victim. I'm just trying to get married. That's all.
Okay. All right. I can't keep going down this path. You're 34. You're headstrong. You're stubborn. And you were programmed from the South to hear you don't need no man. That is damn near a sickness with our people. And it's going to take more than a white woman who's a therapist to help you get back to where you need to get. But I want to go ahead and make this clear. You are not in a position to demand nobody making no $400,000 a year. You're not in no position to make the demands to not have to work the rest of your life. You, at best, 72% of American women, 72% of American mothers with children under 18 have to work. You are going to work because the years in which you had to be a stay-at-home wife and produce several children, that was 10 plus years ago. You are 1 year away from high-risk pregnancy. Your ask is completely unrealistic. So even if you do get someone to talk to you and start leveling out, your standard, what you're asking for, is so outrageous. Outrageous. And again, for who you are, I mean, you're not a model. And you're in your mid-30s. I know it sounds hard pill to swallow.
Not at all.
Okay, if it's not, then why are you asking for so much?
You asked me for my estimate. That was just an estimate.
But that's not even a reasonable estimate, ma'am. If you were trying to sell a car and you know what the Kelley Blue Book value or market estimate is, and you try to get 5 times more, is that even reasonable?
Dang.
I mean, do you really rank yourself? I mean, you really came through like you was a straight up dime.
Okay, Mr. Kevin.
I'm saying, can't somebody see you? And I'm having this
No,
conversation. Can't nobody
it's
see
not
you?
that. It's just like I came here to ask for help, and I just feel like you just
Oh, okay.
stab. I'm
All
like,
right, now this is where we're gonna get that bullshit.
no, it's not
Knock that.
bullshit. It's
No,
just like
no, no,
I mean,
no.
I understand that you're keeping it real,
No.
but
This is where it becomes that bullshit. Every time you how is it when I talk to younger women and tell them the same thing, they can accept it. But when I talk to women in your age generation, it's always you're bashing, you're rude, you're mean. Explain that to me, Mimi. And she went straight up. What do you think happened, guys, when it got too real? Meep, meep. It's what always happens. Always happens. You're mean. Well, I'm not gonna keep this going on long, but I'm gonna finish this part. See, Rebecca Lynn Pope was dead on when she said, I no longer work with women, black women, because your unrealistic expectations border on delusion. This was the woman was 34 who said she wants to get married. Why? Because I don't want to work anymore. Not because I want a good man, not because I want to have a life partner, somebody to love, just so I want to sit my ass down somewhere. The nerve of you, ma'am. A man is not an exit strategy or way to set your lazy ass down somewhere. Oh, hell no. It's time to do this. No. And then gonna try to put this shit off on me like I'm doing something? Oh, hell no. A man is not your exit strategy. Your family told you didn't need no man. Your family told you didn't need no man. Every woman you talked to and told you don't need no man. Go take that heat and that smoke over there to them. Go tell your mom and them, your dad and them, whoever to put you in that position, you tell that to them. But you can't because it ain't always on them. It's on you too because you got to live your own life. The world does not owe you understanding. And to come in here talking about you an 8 or 9, ma'am, hell to the no. You are not anywhere close to that. And see, we've let sisters go around telling themselves they all this fine and this and that, and you think you're really all that. And it's not as though you're. So when someone tells you the truth, it sounds like bashing. Well, continue to think you're fine. Continue to think you're up where you think you should be, and see how that works for you. How's this helping you? How's this helping anybody? I came to get some help, but you just bash. Well, go back to your therapist that you done paid for 2.5 years, who ain't helped you with nothing, but you gave all that money. But I tell you right now, this is why I don't work with women anymore. Because especially black women, it is hard to tell you the truth. And I refuse to have to sugarcoat and dance. I had a woman who was in her 50s. This woman was 300 pounds. For her entire life, she lost 300 plus pounds. She dropped down to like 270. And you know what her goal was? To get married inside a year. And she wanted to get married to a high earner, a Henry. Because for 1 year, she made some money. She booked some time with me, and I actually said, well, and when we got down to it, I was like, ma'am, I can't, you've been this way your entire life. I'm not a miracle worker. And after I gave her my level best consult, what she asked for, you know what this woman did? Went and filed something with a credit card company. That was not nice, and that's not what I paid for. Oh, yeah, but I got something for you. It's all taped, all recorded. You sign a contract, but again, you get what you want, and because someone told you, I'm sorry, they don't make designer clothes for women that are almost 400 pounds. I'm sorry, you're in your mid 50s. Why would a 60-plus-year-old man making 6 figures want you when you got kids that live at home who are deadbeats and all this other kind of stuff? and then go try to read me the riot act because you let yourself be bigger than Aretha Franklin. Black women, if can't nobody tell you the truth, if you got to walk around thinking you queens and you the ish just because you say you are, look at the vacancy on your left ring finger and let that tell you the reality. Call me all the assholes, jerks, whatever you want to, but look right here. If a man has not dropped to one knee and presented a ring of significant carriage in public, French toast out of here. If you cannot deal with this level of interaction, don't call my show. I am truly sick of women like her. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. I have called in before, but I was a bit.
Okay, your microphone is kind of messed up. I can't hear you.
1 second.
Go ahead. Try again.
Is it better now?
That is. What can I do for you?
Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, I said I've called in before. It's not my first time calling in.
Okay.
You're a bit low. I don't know why.
I'm here.
Really
It's you. So how many times have you? When's the last? How many times have you called into the show?
This is my second time.
Okay.
I'm just going to get better.
Go ahead.
Earphones, because I can't hear you, but I know you can hear me.
I can't hear you. And I can't do that. Zoe, you are up next. You're just being mean to me. Oh, okay. You're gorgeous. You can get a man making $500,000 a year to take you and your old eggs and never have to work again a day in your life. Yeah. That is exactly what men who work hard enough to earn $500,000 a year in Houston, that's what they're looking for. Old eggs. Hey, Zoe.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I look a hot mess right now.
That's all right. That's all right. How old are you?
I'm 23. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I'm so flattered. Thank you. I'm 23. I called in a couple of weeks ago, or maybe like almost a month ago. I asked a very basic question about what you guys are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, sorry, I'm like out of breath. I just got upstairs. But now I lost my train of thought. Now that you call me gorgeous, thank you so much. But my question was about introducing older, high value men to your family.
Oh yeah.
How do we go about doing that? And what's your advice for that?
Well, so the question is, you're dealing with an older man, and if you want to introduce him to your mother and father.
Yes.
Are you making it known? Are you marriage minded?
Yes.
Do the men you're dealing with, are they marriage minded up front?
Most of them, yes.
Well, then the ones that are not up front, cut them off.
Okay.
And the ones that are up front, even parents who disagree with the age gap have to respect the fact that you're both marriage minded. See, what parents what people want to see more than anything else when there's an age gap couple, they want to see that the woman is not being used. So let's say you're 23 and you're dealing with a 45-year-old man. People it's a lot easier to hear that if the 45-year-old man says, yes, I want to marry her and make her my wife.
Right.
Then they at least be like,
Oh my gosh.
So that would be the suggestion. If he's not marriage minded, get rid of all of them.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Got it. Thank you,
Yes,
Zoe.
thank you.
Bye bye.
All right, bye.
You've used up your 2 calls. The next one's gonna cost you. No, see. Oh. Where is Sugar Pea? Where's Naima? Let me see. Naima, are you still in here? Yeah, she finna fire all the brothers tomorrow, right? I know. Are you kidding me, Judge Dre? You think Judge Dre is out building all them damn houses and shacks and shit? Want to get out there and sweat and be sweated by cops come knocking on the door asking you, what are you doing over here? You think brothers want to do all the stuff they got to do? I mean, especially if you want to marry a black man. You know what it takes to be a black man making that kind of money? You out of your damn mind? No. Max Young, she can call me though. Yeah. Sweet Caroline. Dun, dun, dun. Where's Tiffany at? She around here somewhere. You know, they always around here. They just don't like to peek their heads up. Depending on the topic. Sometimes it get too hot. They don't want to talk to me. Carolyn, what's going on?
Hey, this is Carolyn. Can you hear me okay?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I can. What's going on?
Okay.
Is your first time calling my show?
It's the first time calling it, and I just listened a couple times ago, and I was listening. It is my first time.
Okay, how old are you?
Oh, I'm not calling in for the same reason.
You're not calling in for what? Why are you calling, dear? Carolyn, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. You said powdered eggs. Oh boy. I think she's nervous, y'all. All right. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna pick somebody out, pick some folks out at random. Daisy, you're back. I think Carolyn's a little bit shy.
Hello.
Hi, Daisy.
My Wi-Fi. Oh, not my Wi-Fi. I finally got my earphones.
Oh my God, that's bad too.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Carolyn?
Yes.
Yes.
So mine is different. I am.
Carolyn, you got to get it together.
Okay, I'll try again.
Okay, I can hear you now. What is it?
Oh, you can't.
Yes.
Okay, so I am one of the young ladies. I'm one of the young ladies that. Yes, I can hear you fine. Thank you.
Close the YouTube channel. That's the problem.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Sorry, let me just close it. Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, sorry.
You're one of the young ladies that call for what?
So I am calling for a different reason. I'm not one of the young ladies trying to catch a wealthy guy.
Okay.
However, I am one of the women that did marry an older gentleman. And so due to circumstances, I'm sort of by myself right now.
Okay.
And so I just needed some advice.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I was married for 23 years.
Okay, but I need you to get on to it because I got 5 more people waiting. Can you just get...
Okay, I was married for 23 years, raised 2 of his kids, raised my 2 kids, empty nester, earned over 6 figures, but I'm by myself because he was older than I am.
Okay.
I'm around 54.
All right. And the question is what?
What is the girl to do? Because you have a lot of young ladies looking for the older fellas, but you have to give us the advice that married the older guys now.
Did your husband pass on?
He's pretty much he's in.
Okay. But you've been married for 23 years, right?
The 23 years I was married.
Right.
Yes.
So you had your man.
Yeah, but now I have half my,
But you had your man. You got 23 years and you have all the income that came with it.
I had, no, I didn't have, was the high earner.
Well, it doesn't matter. You had all the stuff that came with it. You had yours.
Yes.
So, okay, so,
grandkids.
Okay, so at 54, I don't know why we feel like 54-year-old women can get with 23-year-old women.
No, I'm not looking for any 23.
Okay, so what?
No.
There is no one looking to date 54-year-old women, man. That's the net of it. The men looking to date you are like 80, and they don't watch this show. The thing is, to get out and travel, do whatever, but romance, I can't help.
No, I'm not looking for romance.
Well, then I can't. I don't know what you're asking for, man. I can't.
Be sure when you're giving the advice to the young
Oh, don't tell me shit about to be nothing. Who you think you talking to? Don't start that shit with me. Ask the question that you willing to answer. Don't come over here telling me what to do on my goddamn show. Did you hear me? Unmute yourself. Oh, fuck you think you talking to? Talk to your kids that way. Don't come over here telling me what to do. Smell like you smoke a fucking pack and a half of cigarettes a day. Tell you what, leave my channel. Don't come back. It's not the place for you. I don't deal with old women that try to tell men what to do. You had your life, ma'am. You're 54. Your husband's still out there. You should be on this right now. You should be over there changing the diaper or doing some shit like that instead of coming over here trying to tell me what to do. You can't even work a goddamn computer. The fucking nerve of you. Don't y'all grow up to be like this. Daisy?
Hello.
Hi, Daisy.
Hello. We spoke before, like I said earlier, and I am young, or younger, not young, but I'm younger.
Okay. I can't hear you. You're taking too long. I'm sorry. The microphone is off. Y'all gonna have to get better with your technology. I mean, this is too much. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this out with a monologue. See, here's what you find. When you start putting in barriers and lines, see, it used to be the fact that if you were married for 23 years, you picked who you picked. Whatever you got is what you got. Ain't nobody looking for you. You got cats in your future and family. And see, that's the problem. A lot of people expect men like myself. A lot of people expect men like myself to be dating women like this because we're roughly in the same age. I don't want nothing to do. Y'all hear that? How that woman sound? Did you hear what she said to me? Why the hell would I want to deal with that? When I can deal with younger, nicer, easier to get along with women. Are you serious? And then to the woman who said, you're being rude, you're being mean. You should go ask your therapist for 2.5 years. All that money you spent. No, she may have been nice to you. She was taking your money and just leaving you open. And I'm glad you called because this is one of the problems that I said yesterday to be Ben. I said it yesterday. Who can tell black women the truth? And she kept telling me, you're so rude, you're being rude. Who can tell you the truth? That woman says she's a 9. With attitude. No. And I did not put your picture up there because there's no reason to. I'm not going to go back and put your picture up. But, no. You know, I don't have to embarrass you. But it's the bottom line is people don't want to hear what you then don't call. I mean, I seriously, I can't I'm not gonna do that. You gotta be reasonable. See, I said it the other day. Many people have already met their person they're supposed to be with. They just blew it. So let me make this of use to everybody else. To the guys, I want to make this 100% clear. You do not have high value does not mean if you're not those things, your life is worthless. Okay? It's not. It's just a choice. You can have a fantastic life and not let somebody say, because it's a high value man. You can still be a man, but high value means something different. And just like women, just because a high value man is over here, you got to qualify for that. See, we got guys who want to be high value, but you don't want to do the work. And then we got women who want high value men who they don't qualify for. What you don't have a problem is high value men finding quality women. See, the people who fit those categories find each other just fine. It's the people who don't fit it who say, I want that, and you're not the thing you're looking for. That's not my responsibility. And it's nobody's fault that you set your sights too high. Let me give you a case in point. Let's say you went to a 2A high school, okay? You went to a 2A high school, King of Kings. Imagine somebody went to a 2A high school. They graduated valedictorian of their class. And their graduating class was 70 people. They graduated with a 4.0 from Clinton, Oklahoma. 4.0, smartest student in the school. Does that person automatically get to go to Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Brown, Columbia? No. There are only so many people that get chosen. They only take the best of the best of the best. Just because you are the best of where you are don't mean you are the best of the best. What you want is the best of the best of men, the top 10%, actually the top 1% of men. Top 1% of men, you got to be the top 5% of women. And when I start putting these, people have argued with my Pam Grier or this or that. But what you cannot argue is that in order to not have to work and have 4 kids, you're going to have to make quite a bit of money. Some people may say Beyonce's a 10. She's not. But what we do know is Beyonce looks like this, and you are over here. You put yourself in the same category as near Beyonce. You said Beyonce was a 10. This woman said she was like at 8, 9, or 9. She almost said she was Beyonce. Did I miss that? Am I wrong? But if I recall correctly, she said Beyonce ain't a 10. I thought she was a 10. But didn't that woman say she's like a 9? Did I miss that? I mean, if I missed that, somebody tell me I was wrong. So my point is, if you walk around saying you are that close to Beyonce, then it's reasonable for you to expect Jay-Z's. Hey, Renee. Let me see what Renee looked like up in here. Let me go ahead and help her. See, I don't mind saying the things I say on my channel. I really don't. Because we can all believe we're what something, or you can tell yourself you whatever. You can tell yourself you the baddest chick wherever. But when you go outside, the world tells men what we are every day. And men know there's a ranking system. And what's being shown more now is because we have removed criticism, critique, accountability. We've got this PC way of looking at things. Even movies and things made in the 90s couldn't fly today. Who does it hurt if no one can be honest for fear of hurting someone's feelings? This politically correct cancel culture is hurting average women because it's allowing so many women who in years gone by would have been happily, successfully suitably mated and married, but you're holding out for some fantasy that you don't qualify for. So, the end of the day, like it or not, ready or not, like it or not, deal with it or not, high value men are high value for a reason. They pay the price. It is a hard road to be a high value man, and they are going to be uncompromising because they have no reason to. If you want a high value man, cool. You better be able to qualify to get one. They don't go on sale. Tell me when Bentley goes on sale. Tell me when they have a sale at the Mercedes dealership. Chanel never goes on sale. Ever. Let Chanel find out somebody selling a Chanel product has it on sale. Chanel will sue you for selling their products at a discount. Chanel has shut down distributors, people who have made them hundreds of thousands of or millions of dollars. They have shut them down because they were found selling their products at a discount. Chanel will send you a cease and desist letter like that. You just put a discount across your entire website. You better build a special code to annex Chanel stuff. Because if Chanel catches you discounting their stuff, cease and desist. And if you don't cease and desist, they will shut you down. But anywho, we said what we got to say. We did what we got to do. Until the next time. Peace. We are gone. And she said she didn't want to work. Boy, if y'all saw that picture.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes, yeah, lead the way.
Follow me on Patreon for videos you will only see there. Live streams, Monday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time.
So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find no better one.
You could lie to me too. Join me on IG for videos you only have in the frat room. Once they're gone, they're gone.
It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes, yeah, and nothing can stop me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say. We are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible.
Oh, wow. Oh. Guess we need a scale from 1 to 20 if you a 9. Yeah, damn mind. Talk crazy to me like that. Good night.